What's up, you moneymakers and HCMC army? Welcome back to the channel. Healthier Choices Management Corp released frequently asked questions and answers regarding the upcoming record date for the spin-off dividend. I know we have been talking about a lot of questions from all my viewers and subscribers, whoever wrote into the comment, and this is the official answers from HCMC. I'm happy to report that we are along the same lines, and whatever we discussed is true, but I wanted to really quickly cover what HCMC told us and what you can consider as an official communication from the company itself. We are looking forward to the May 1st, the record date for HCWC dividend. And remember, those are the free stock if you already own HCMC common stock. The difference is HCMC is an OTC traded company. Take a look at right here, OTC market company. It is trading between 1 and 2 levels, 0.0001 and 2 level for a long period of time, and we do not really see any momentum into the stock price. Differently, HCWC will be uplisted on NYSE, and I have all the questions, official answers from HCMC, and we will review it together. Remember, if you have any more questions, continue writing into the comment section below, and I will do more research and we will discuss them in my next video. Just for the sake of video doesn't get too long, I'm going to skip question and answers that you might have asked me in my previous video, but I will cover that in my next video. Without further ado, I wanted to ask you to hit the like button. We need 250 likes on this video so we can share this information with more and more people. It does not really cost you anything to subscribe to my channel. We have been doing a ton of research and analysis, and for the most part, we are writing for free and pretty successful channel on YouTube. Penny stocks is something I really enjoy, and I don't invest a ton of money, but hey, it's at the end of the day, it's a great game, especially if you're not playing with your own money, because you are going to get out of that. You're inputting or inserting profit back into the next stock, and that's how I usually play penny stocks. Not a financial advisor, nor am I a certified professional, but I do a ton of research and I like to give back to the community. Here I am sharing the latest and greatest information about HCMC, and this is just released before a couple of hours, and I wanted to quickly share this information with you. Healthier Choices Management Corp released the following frequently asked questions and related answers in connection with anything and everything expected. Spin-off and Healthier Choices Management Corp, Wellness Corp, HCWC. HCMC's natural food grocery wellness business. In particular, the FAQs are relate to upcoming record date and steps necessary to be eligible for HCWC's dividend of common stock of HCWC. So let's just get right into it. When do I know? And many of you already asked me, and we discussed this question already, but here we go. When do I need to own HCMC common stock in order to receive the dividend shares in HCWC? The record date to own the shares to participate in the dividend is May 1st, 2023. Remember, today is April 24th, and you also want to consider the weekend in between. To ensure that you are deemed an owner of HCMC common stock on that date, you should own or purchase HCMC common stock at least 3 business days before May 1st, 2023. Therefore, you should own your stock no later than April 26, 2023, which is a couple of days from now if you're watching this video on 24th, the Monday. And you should hold stock through May 1st, 2023. How many dividend shares of HCWC common stock will I be receiving? The amount of HCMC shares issued to each shareholder of HCMC will be based directly on the percentage of ownership of HCMC stock on the record date, subject to certain minimum ownership amount. Remember that they are looking for at least $10 in dividend, and this won't be fractional. So let's look into it further. Fractional shares will not be issued, and fractional shares will not be rounded up. Unlike what you see on NYSE or NASDAQ, you already know that you can just put in a dollar amount, and the system or the brokerage platform will continue confirming how many shares you'll own, including fractional shares. However, This won't be the case for HCMC. Remember, OTC traded stock has their own pros and cons, and you want to get to this. And remember, fractional shares will not be accounted or will not be issued. The calculation for the dividend is based upon the number of qualifying shares of HCMC dividend by the amount of initially issued shares of HCWC. At present, we anticipate the ratio will be 71,000 to 1. Meaning, for every 71,000 shares of HCMC common stock that you own, a shareholder will receive 1 share of HCWC common stock. Now, there is some speculation. What I want to tell you is the ticker symbol is going to be HCWC, as I understand, on NYSE. And this will begin trading very, very soon. We do not really have a date as to when this will start showing up as the trading option. So buy and sell, when will begin, we don't know, but I'll cover that as well because HCMC told us further information, and I know many of you asked. The final ratio number, especially for the 71,000 to 1, will be determined on the record date based on HCMC's outstanding shares on such date. But as you know, HCMC has been trading between 1 and 2, so we do not foresee a big change when it comes to this 71,000 to 1 ratio. Because forever, we have seen HCMCs hovering between 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 1, and this has been the story for a longest period of time. When do I need to do anything to get my dividend shares? This is a great question. Many of you asked me as well, and we were precisely correct. HCMC's shareholders of record date on the record date do not need to take any action to receive the shares of HCWC common stock or to participate in the spin-off. The HCWC common stock will be distributed to qualifying HCMC shareholders without forfeiting or exchanging any of their existing HCMC common stock, which means you need to keep you will keep HCMC stock essentially, and this dividend is, think like it's free money or free shares or bonus for owning HCMC. If you're new to the dividend concept, basically you're not spending anything. The company gives you as part of the reward. The HCWC shares will automatically be transferred into the same accounts where the shareholders hold their HCMC stock on the record date. What if my shares are held with the transfer agent? Now, remember, if your shares are held with the transfer agent, otherwise known as the book form, you will need to send an email to your transfer agent at the HCWC dividend@equitystock.com. You'll be sent a form which you'll need to complete and return to your transfer agent in order to electronically receive your shares. There'll be a small fee associated with this type of transfer because it involves some admin fees, so on and so forth, which you'll pay directly to the transfer agent. When will HCMC begin trading? I think many of you asked this question, and I'm happy that we were right. But here is the official comms and answer from HCMC that will help you a lot more because, again, it is directly you're hearing from the company itself. Pending HCMC's or HCWC's registration statement form S1. We talked about this form if you remember. Relating to the spin-off having to be declared effective by US, so SEC or US Security and Exchange Commission, HCMC, we anticipate that HCWC common stock will begin trading publicly late in second quarter. So we are right now already in second quarter in April. So they are saying in late second quarter or early in third quarter of 2023. So it could be a few weeks before you start seeing trading for HCMC. That does not necessarily mean that you'll have to wait till third quarter. It could be. So we don't know the date. I'll keep you posted. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and do hit the like button. So next time when I post HCMC video, YouTube recommends you, right? As previously indicated, we plan to apply for listing HCWC common stock to NYSE, American Stock Exchange, but there can be no assurance as to how or that HCMC will be approved for listing. So there are definitely some bells and whistles that they need to figure out, and there's no guarantees in life as always, but HCMC is clarifying this for all of us. Will my dividend shares be subject to any restrictions on their sale? I have not got any questions like this from my viewers and subscribers. But here is the answer. This is a great answer that you really need to understand, because many times when you have dividend, there might be some restricted stock units, right? The dividend shares will be registered for resale on a registration statement filed with the SEC by HCWC. Once registered, the dividend shares will not have any restriction on sale so long as the registration statements remain effective. Which means many times when you get RSU, the registration or the restricted stock unit, they may have the lock-in date that you cannot sell certain shares for a month or 2 or 6 months, so on and so forth, which is not going to be any case. And HCWC stock that you receive through the dividend will not have any restrictions as long as the registration statement remains effective. Your dividend shares should appear in your account within a few days of the start of trading, so you'll not miss out on any trades. So if it lists for $10, $15, $20, whatever the trading price is, you're not going to miss out on that. So look out for this HCWC shares in your brokerage account right before it starts listing. And it's important that you figure out or you keep an eye out on my videos so you don't miss out when HCMC will start trading. And it could be as soon as May 1st week. We don't know the date yet. And that's when my videos will be helpful, and you can figure things out and make sure that when it starts listing, when it starts trading, so you can buy and sell or you can start trading. Will I lose? Many people ask me, and I answered pretty much what HCMC told us now officially. Will I lose any of my HCMC common stock in exchange for my HCWC common stock? Now, the answer is no. I told you before as well. No, you will not lose any of your HCMC's common stock. So whatever you have in terms of HCMC, you get to keep them. And you will get the dividend, so basically the bonus, rewarded stocks in form of dividend that you'll get in your brokerage account. This dividend is being issued to you in addition to your HCMC common stock. So you should be able to see two tickers, HCMC in your brokerage account, and in the same brokerage account, you should be seeing HCWC. Of course, you will have thousands, if not millions, of HCMC shares. And for every 71,000 shares of HCMC that you own, you can divide that by 71,000, your total shares divided by 71,000, and that's the number you should be seeing for HCWC. Remember, there are no fractions that they're giving away, so you can see some sort of discrepancy, but all in all, you need to keep, or you will get to keep, all your HCMC common stock. Many people ask me this next question as well. Is this a spin-off or a reverse split? No, the spin-off is not a reverse split. It's a spin-off, and it's not a reverse split as the name suggests. I hope you like this, because I am going to go into the next section where many people asked what is going to happen with original HCMC, right? Now, before we go there, we need to see the momentum. If you think about what is going on into the market, now remember, this is OTC stock. Right now we are at 2 p.m. We have 2 more hours to go. We're at 2 p.m. EST, and we have a couple of more hours to go before the transaction or the trading session ends, right? And right now we are at 945 million shares transacted, and our price is between 0 and 1, as you see. We had 2 billion plus shares transacted on April 21st, which was Friday. So we started seeing a momentum that is building in for the stock. But if you ask me what is going to happen with original HCMC, right? So original HCMC, they're going to keep the HCMC's intellectual property, which is the first segment or the subdivision that you can call it, HCMC Intellectual Property Holdings LLC. Will be part of the original HCMC. Most recently, the company formed whenever they wrote this, and they contain all these properties or patents. And you may have questioned, like, what kind of patent that they own? So first and foremost, the Philip Morris lawsuit that has been going on right now for the infringement, they are going to be with the original HCMC, the company itself. Now, their intellectual property or patents include the Q-Cup, a brand of vape material containers, which is one of the big patent that they are using, and this is one of the patent where as to why HCMC is popular or famous for. They will also own the patent of Q unit, Quick T and Quick T, which is the brand heating devices, mouthpieces, and related vape hardware components. And they have this patent listed for all of this, 270, 788, 764, so on and so forth, and a bunch of patents that you see right here with the patent number. You can also find out, by the way, I just wanted to tell you that the FAQ, or frequently asked questions that we reviewed, you can find out in their news section. And once you click on the news section, you should be able to see the FAQ, which were announced or which were released earlier today. Now, the products that HCMC need to keep with patents, assets licensed under HCMC, it is going to stay under HCMC. E-liquid based electronic cigarettes that includes disposable, rechargeable, non-refillable, refillable electronic cigarettes, all cartridge, all cartomizers, and all electronic cigarette batteries with assemblies, all cigarette coils, so on and so forth, will be all owned by this patent and by HCMC. So there are a bunch of patents numbers that you can see right here. Now, this is something that is subject to change, so keep an eye out if you're really interested. One more thing is HCMC gets to keep this lawsuit that they have won its appeal of the ruling in patent infringement action against Philip Morris. Now, this is too early to say what's going to happen because this is very time consuming. There is another spin with this, that their PTAB already, the authority, patent authority, already said that this patent that HCMC is claiming for is not actually patentable. So yes, there is a lawsuit, the appeal has been won, and appeal's initial success, it's successful for HCMC. But all in all, it depends on what happens with the patent at the end of the day. If the patent is actually clear, and HCMC tends to get into a very bad situation, and then it creates a ton of buzz into the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get that patent back, because we know that they're appealing their PTAB decision as well. But at the moment, they announced that the success that they have been successful in its appeals of ruling in patent infringement action by HCMC, and I know that we talked about this before a couple of weeks. But what it means is the U.S. Court of Appeal for the Federal Circuit ruled in favor of HCMC on its two separate appeals that it had filed in patent infringement action against Philip Morris and Philip Morris essay pending in the District Court of the Northern Georgia District. Another thing that you want to also make sure that HCMC will not really have to pay the fees, the attorney fees for Philip Morris, which is again good. And HCMC's CEO also mentioned that, just in case if you missed it in my previous video. And they mentioned that the appellate court decision for both reinstating our infringement claim and also cancels the attorney's fees award previously granted to Philip Morris in this case, and we're looking forward to having the day in court. So with that, HCMC and HCWC, they'll start focusing on different areas. We know that HCMC as a holding company, their original strategy was to expand and monetize their patent suite. We haven't seen that it is happening on a large scale. But it is, again, it's a very tricky and very complicated process to get patent up there and start having licensing deals and so on and so forth. But HCMC is going to focus on that. Operate and potentially expand upon 14 health vitamin stores, which is going to be part of HCWC. So this might be the focus area for HCWC, and I'm so eagerly looking forward to get their website up and running. They also want to operate and expand 2 Healthier Choices Wellness Centers, and they have been expanding that, and they want to seek out for new attractive business lines with the mission of healthier choices within their portfolio. I hope you like this video and this information. More importantly, you like this questions and answers in regards to the record date for the spin-off for HCWC dividend. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos and motivate me. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.